What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the PEDs podcast. This is our week's NFL edition. I'm my beautiful co-host, Cooper Williams, aka Big Country, and today we have a very sexy special guest, our boy, Joey Hernandez.
Sir.
Say
Hello.
hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, glad to have you.
It's good to
Yeah,
be here.
let's get into it. Eh?
So yeah, episode 7. We got NFL episode here. Well, I'm scared to talk about this topic. We got rookie QBs. I guess we can start off with Fields. Just get this over with. I'll be honest. I try to be as unbiased as I can, and give blame where it should go. And I'll preface it by saying Fields did not look good when it was a lot of it was on him. Okay, most of it on Nagy. Horseshit play calling. I don't even know if it's possible in the rules of the NFL. We should have just said, "Fuck it, give me 8 receivers and let's not even have linemen."
Yep.
It was basically what it was. Myles Garrett had his fucking way. He could have had 10 sacks. It felt like it was. I couldn't even watch the game anymore. It was that was a tough one, dude. The play calling, I don't understand not using or not play calling to your team, right? It felt like Nagy's play calling for a different style of offense, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't know what's happened to him since he won Coach of the Year. I mean, you go 12-4 with Trubisky. Granted, that defense was really, really good, but you went 12-4 with Trubisky. Rightfully so, won Head Coach of the Year. What has happened? I don't understand it.
What changed?
I don't know.
The era of Trubisky. I mean,
The era, but what happened? Trubisky was there for 2 more years after that season. What happened then?
I don't know.
Okay,
I
same
don't
coach.
know.
I don't know. I mean, when you have an offensive guy being your head coach who last season gave up offensive play calling for a few games, that's not a good sign. What else do you need? I understand this is how it goes when coaches draft a quarterback. You're kind of tied to him. Get him the hell out. We are going to ruin this man's career before it starts. And, I've been arguing with Lucas about this, going back and forth, whether he should even be playing or not with that offensive line. I go back and forth myself. I still think he should be playing. But if that's going to be the play calling, then shit, let's just play Foles. I guess if we're going to play call for Foles, let's do it.
It almost seemed like Nagy was out to make the point.
Yeah.
This is why Dalton is starting.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. But, he just put Fields in a bad spot. It was 3rd and 9 every drive because he's wasting 2 running plays on the first 2 against that front 7 in Cleveland.
Did they watch film? Did they know who Myles Garrett and Clowney are? What did they expect?
I honestly felt like I was watching the Georgia Vanderbilt game from this weekend, just like a rerun.
It was
on Sunday.
That was brutal, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to go
Brutal.
through that.
Yeah, so okay. Enough.
But the Browns are
torture,
for real.
Yeah.
So
We'll see if Baker holds him back when it matters.
How do you
That's
feel
what
about
I'm excited.
I love Baker.
Yeah.
I think
Do you think you?
I think he
he's a
gets
guy?
you in the playoffs. You can have a good team with Baker, and he can lead you somewhere. He's definitely not tier 1, probably not tier 2,
Yeah, probably
but
bottom.
he's right on the fringe there, and I think he's got some high upside. Baker's a baller. He always has been.
Think he's like the Joe Flacco kind of guy.
He's
you
a
give
white.
me a good surrounding cast, good defense. He'll get the job
Better
done.
than Flacco.
He's a less athletic Hurts. That's what I think, which is fine. They are a great roster up and down there, and then you got Baker. I'm interested to see, when the year ends, what his contract's going to look like, because they're going to, he's not getting Josh Allen money. He's not going to get what Lamar's going to get. And he was in that same class, and he was the number 1 pick that year. So that'll be interesting to see what they do. They got a lot of talent up and down that roster. We'll see how they spend their cap space coming up here.
He's brought Cleveland where they haven't been.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and that's usually how it goes. We kind of put it on the quarterback when it's good, and we kind of put it on when it's bad too. I think Stefanski was a great hire. That's huge. Football's it's so much. It's never just on one player
environment.
or coach. Yeah, it's
environment.
Yeah, and that's kind of why we see Brady's success. All right, kind of getting off track here. Let's go Zach Wilson.
Rookie pick of the year.
Yeah, offensive pick of the year, which, if we're just ranking talent-wise, it's not a bad choice, but you picked a guy to win an award that plays for the Jets. Any award.
That was
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know what I was thinking, dude.
Yeah. Great, incredibly talented kid. and that's why I feel bad for him. That's another situation where, like, his receivers, are they all defensive backs?
I don't know. Like,
they got sausages for fingers.
Yeah, there's more pass deflections from their offensive receivers.
You told him to slow it down. Like, is he throwing too hard for them? What?
Yeah, bro. What is going on there?
Is Crowder going back to the line like, hey, I need you to take a few off because that's too hard. You're throwing it as hard as you can, and I'm 25 yards down the field, and it's too much, man.
If you go and watch the tape too, like, the defense will be rushing 4 people, offensive line will have 6, and then he's getting sacked in 2 seconds by 3 dudes.
Yeah.
So it's like the offensive line just has like a little circle jerk going on.
Their best player
Becton
is out for. Is he out for season?
No, I think he's on. I think he just is on IR. He's out for a few weeks, I think.
He come back like week 6, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even all their offensive line because obviously it's part of it is that their playmakers aren't making plays. Their coach is. I mean, it's early, and he doesn't have a ton of talent on the team, but it's just not looking good all around. And then, you have to be perfect in that situation, and he's a rookie. Yeah. He's a rookie.
Yeah, you got to take your lumps, and all 5 of these guys are going to. Other than Trey Lance, if he gets an opportunity, he might.
Yeah, and Trey Lance might not even be the best of these guys. Only time can tell, but he's in the best situation, and that's what really matters. And I think I've talked to you about this, Lucas. Mahomes gets drafted at the Jets. He's not an MVP. He's not a Super Bowl winner. He's not a Super Bowl MVP. None of those things are true.
No.
And vice versa. If Darnold goes to the Chiefs, you get drafted to a team who just made the playoffs and had double-digit wins, and then you have the best tight end probably ever, and then the most explosive weapon probably ever in Hill. Who knows what Sam Darnold does with that? We knew what was going to happen on the Jets. Just every drop back, it's like pick, sack, fumble. Pick. So much of it depends on where you go, and that's why I just feel bad for Zach Wilson right now, man.
Yeah, it's just you got to kind of wait and see with him. But I think this is the first time the Jets have a actual head coach in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, is it Saleh?
Robert Saleh, right?
Saleh.
Yeah.
From the Niners, it's his first time being a head coach, but
yeah.
He was a great defensive coordinator in San Francisco for years and years and years. So
you got to give it time, have to, but. Nothing's going to change until you invest in your quarterback, meaning offensive line and weapons. And I hate to bring it up, Lucas, but you see, look what happened with Luck, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Fox having a good day, dude.
We just lost Lucas for the whole episode. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
He's out mentally.
I need to call my therapist real quick. Thanks a lot.
All right. Let's move on. Mac Jones, tough one against the Saints. I think I was talking with Joey before you got here. That coaching staff for the Patriots is going to try to game manage the best they can. I don't know. That Saints defense, you're going against another Hall of Fame coach and Sean Payton who knows what's up. And they game planned really well. And Mac Jones, also a rookie quarterback that played like a rookie. I feel like people are overreacting to all these guys, especially our friends, really quick to call them bust in their 3rd fucking game ever.
No way.
What are we doing?
Yeah, look at Manning's rookie season.
Peyton Manning.
20 interceptions, goes on one of the best quarterbacks ever in football.
Yeah, probably top 15, right?
I want to see Mac Jones throw the ball. They just been dinking and dunking all.
He's averaged air yards for passes 3.
Yeah, so he had I don't know what it is now, but coming in the week he had a 75% completion percentage, which is good.
And he was accurate in Bama.
Yeah, but I just think they're kind of limited.
Managed.
They're just limited.
Yeah.
They got no weapons other than Damian Harris, Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, they're going to send Damian out wide here soon. What?
But I think Mac's a guy you kind of want to spread the field with more.
A little bit. Granted, Bama was better than anybody they played before they stepped on the field with 4 first-round receivers. But he was accurate. He has the arm strength.
He can make every throw.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's a matter of we don't even know who to send deep.
Well, Belichick's game plan has always mostly been just move the ball downfield. No matter how quick or how fast it is, they just want to keep getting first downs and keep the ball moving. So if you can do that, getting 3-4 yard passes to get the next first down, Belichick's going to do that. He's not going to try to air it out 20 yards more.
He might have to because of what we just saw this week. It's going to be too predictable, and you can't win playing that way. You may as well have just kept Cam Newton. He can hit a 3-yard slant for 75% of the time. So You drafted the guy, you let the other guy go because you didn't want him there, because you didn't want his ego to be a part of it as a backup QB. I mean, it's only week 3, right? So,
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll definitely see that play calling open up, and he's going to get a lot. We'll see a lot more actual throws out of him, and a little bit less game managing or just a change in the game managing itself.
I like Mac.
Yeah,
I think he'll be
he was my rookie pick of the year just because of great offensive line, at least rushing offensive line. Really, really good defense with a lot of guys not only coming back, but a lot of guys they signed in free agency. And I love Belichick, and I just think that he's going to game manage his way there. But I don't know. Last week was tough. So.
Since you brought up Cam Newton, I just want to ask you guys real quick. Do you guys think he signs with the team this year? And who do you think would be like the best fit with?
If I'm the Washington football team, I make the call.
You're not on the Heineke train?
I like Heineke.
Yeah.
I think he's cool.
Yeah. I'd get a beer with him.
Yeah, but he's Taylor Heineke.
Yeah. No, I mean, that makes the most sense as of now. We'll see. I mean, who knows? There's so many non-contact injuries with any position, so I think it'll take an injury for him to get signed, but I would not be surprised at all if it's the football team that gets him.
If Tua's out long term.
Yeah, I liked what Brissett did, though. I really did.
Yeah, I've always liked Brissett.
Yeah.
He's always.
I want to bring
He
him
reminds me
back.
of Teddy B.
Yeah.
Can we please bring him back to the Colts?
You guys would love Brissett right now.
Oh, dude, he
Yeah.
was a dog with us.
Tell Phillip to find a replacement for his high school job. Get Phillip
Oh,
Rivers
God,
back.
please no.
All right, let's move on. Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he's having a tough season. He just falls right in line with the Zach Wilson of rookie head coach. Like the head coach's first time in the NFL at all. Obviously, Myers, the legend in college. It's a different ball game.
Did you see what he told Vic Fangio before their game?
It's like
What?
playing Alabama every week.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Why do you tell the opposing head coach that just before the game? Like,
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like he's going to be out in a year.
oh, 100%.
I was worried about his health going into it because that's why he's not in college, is his health. So, did he really think Trevor Lawrence did he think it was going to go smooth? Trevor Lawrence has lost 3 games up until his NFL. 3 games dating back to high school. And they've all been in the playoffs. Lost in playoffs in high school, lost in playoffs in college. He's won every other game since. He has lost his first 3 weeks in the NFL. And I think it's the same for Urban Myers. I mean, I don't think he's had a season in which he lost more than 4 games ever in his life. They're not used to losing. He's going to have to fucking get used to losing. He's on the Jacksonville Jaguars. You had the number 1 pick for a reason. The quarterback, you take him 1 overall, there's still a shit ton of other things that are messed up. Right? Gardner wasn't that awful of a quarterback that he led you to an 0 or a 1-16 or 15 season. He wasn't the reason, right? So Trevor Lawrence isn't the end-all, be-all.
I have a hot take to follow that up. I
Yeah.
think they should have stuck with Gardner and then traded the first overall pick and just stacked up on picks because Lawrence was such a high touted prospect that someone was willing to give up just like
You
probably.
truly believe that, though?
I mean, look what Gardner was doing with the Jags compared to what Lawrence was doing. I think Lawrence
it's not-
is a better
I mean, they went
quarterback.
1-15.
It's a way to rebuild, that's for sure.
But I mean, Gardner kept him into a lot of games, and he had good pocket awareness. Was able to like scramble out of the pocket and make like good plays on the run and stuff. Like definitely doesn't have like the arm or like accuracy that Lawrence has, but I think just his mentality and his leadership style, and based like all around that, like what a QB needs to really control a locker room and get the offense like to believe in you. I think Gardner has that, aside from the talent side. So I think that I don't know about maybe Super Bowl, but I mean he could get you on a good like decent run.
I mean,
I think Gardner's like extremely underrated to be honest.
I agree, and the Steelers need to call him.
Yeah, they need to trade.
yeah.
They need to trade for him from the Eagles.
I mean, I don't see. I agree that they should have kept Gardner in a
But
case where Lawrence goes 0-3 and their offensive line is playing like horseshit and there's no promise for the rest of the season. I don't think that they shouldn't have. I mean, they don't take Trevor Lawrence, they don't have Urban Meyer, and this is just a whole different ballgame anyways. Because Urban Meyer's not going there without them taking Lawrence. That was the only reason he's there.
Yeah.
Right? But I do think they should have kept him in the case of a scenario like if the Bears had Gardner, I would say start Gardner now. Because I'm happier with Gardner than Andy Dalton. Right? He's going to make more stuff happen than Andy. And now that I've seen this offensive line for the Bears, I would be okay with that, So I think they should have kept him, but
Like you
he's
said-
almost like a Newton, not to the same extreme, in which you don't want your backup taking a spotlight from the guy you want actually leading your team, right? So I think that's kind of why they got rid of him, but they should have kept him, I think.
But like you said, like the QB wasn't the missing piece for the Jaguars. So if you're gonna
a lot of pieces,
and you're basically wasting the QB's career if you're gonna take him, and you have so much more that you need.
Yeah, it's crazy. Not too long ago that was a Super Bowl contending team with one of the best defenses in football.
Crazy.
Not too long.
And that defense
4 years ago.
That defense was sick with
Scary.
Calais and Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
And
that was a scary team. You didn't want to play them, not in the playoffs either.
Jack.
Yeah.
Dude, dating back to like 2013, I think they only have 2 of their first round picks left on the roster.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think they have one. Like, the only person in the building that's still there is the owner.
Same old Jags, that's for sure. But I mean,
they'll be in London soon.
If I were the Jags, you take Lawrence.
You have to.
One.
You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, or Wilson.
He's gonna be a quarterback in the league for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was a bad pick, like by any means, but it's just when you have so much more that you need other than the quarterback, is it worth?
He's still the leading thing they need.
But
There's just so many other things they also need.
If you have every piece but the quarterback, your team doesn't work.
You're the Washington football team or the Chicago Bears. That's who you are.
So I mean, that's the piece.
You don't want
the Cardinals couldn't move forward
without
until they had Kyler.
Yeah. Very point.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we'll touch real quick on Trey Lance not getting to play much. He had that touchdown where they put him in on the goal line where it basically does. It's not even an RPO. It's like a run option. Like which guy's getting the run because he's probably not passing. We touched on him just for a tad earlier. He's in the best situation out of all these teams. Obviously, the 49ers are built ready for a Super Bowl. Just give me that quarterback and we're there. Jimmy G is obviously the placeholder, but not too much to talk about right now, I guess, until we see the full turnover.
If there's a coach I trust with a quarterback like Trey Lance, it's probably Shanahan.
Yeah.
I just think he's good at designing an offense geared towards his players, which I don't know if every coach does. I like where him and Mac Jones stand. I think New England and San Francisco are 2 good spots to land. I think Fields, Trevor Lawrence, and Zach Wilson, they're going to have a couple rough years ahead. But Mac Jones and Trey Lance, they could be on the scene next year.
Yeah. And I wonder if we see Trey Lance this year because I feel like if they had trusted him, he'd be in by now. And with Garoppolo playing it, not like great, but as well as he has been, if you're not playing Aaron Rodgers, how many quarterbacks are beating you in that game?
Aren't you getting Alex Smith, Kaepernick vibes from Trey Lance and Garoppolo?
A little.
Gonna lead into the playoffs, and then Kaepernick gets the start.
Except for Kaepernick, the only thing about that is Kaepernick wasn't the 3rd round pick that they traded everything for. But I do. Yeah, I see what you're saying though. Yeah.
It feels the same to me.
I'm getting Alex Smith, Mahomes vibes, because
you're comparing.
I could see Mahomes was first rounder.
Yeah, and Alex Smith was a placeholder for him.
Situationally.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you have a QB who can potentially get you to the Super Bowl if everything pans out well and he does the job, game manages well. But you know who your next guy up is. You have him there. You're letting him sit and develop, learn behind the QB, who's shown to win games and stuff. And you don't want to throw him in too soon, which can
for sure
deter a QB's confidence.
If the Niners beat the Chiefs, do they take Trey Lance, or is Jimmy G still their future?
If the Niners beat the Chiefs
in the Super Bowl.
Oh, I see.
Jimmy G.
I don't think they take Trey Lance.
Yeah.
If the Rams beat the Patriots, is Jared Goff still a Ram?
Yeah.
No.
Really? Yeah, I say no as well.
Jared Goff is dog water.
Yeah.
If they win, they traded for Stafford because they won a Super Bowl. So if they hadn't gotten that Super Bowl, I think they stick with Goff. Because why fix something if it ain't broke, right?
Yeah.
It was broke. You just won a Super Bowl.
See, that's tough. Yeah, just
And
I it's a different sport, but I use this thing all the time in baseball. You can get a single off a shit swing, and you can get out with a really good hit.
If they would have won that Super Bowl 13-10, because that was the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen in my life.
I was delivering pizzas very happily, not having. That was a good one.
Lucky you.
That was a good one,
baby.
Yeah.
Rookie QBs are in a tough spot this year, but they'll be all right.
Yeah,
you got to take your lumps. It's the NFL. It's a man's league.
Yeah, chill out
if
you're ready to decide whether they're legit or they suck. It's 3 weeks. Chill out. They need. I would add 2 years. I'm saying, like, give the coach, give ownership time to build around you. I mean, most of these guys aren't the missing piece. They're the most important piece, but they're not the missing piece. There's so many pieces for most of these guys. So yeah, just give it time.
I don't think there's going to be a rookie with a great season this year, like we've seen with Herbert.
Yeah.
And I know Mahomes didn't start his rookie year, but his first year in just lights out.
Those are generational talents. I know Lawrence has seen a generational talent, but I think Herbert and Mahomes obviously in better positions than Lawrence is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you rarely ever see rookie QB or like young QB in like their first starting season come out and just tear the league up like that.
Yeah. All right.
Actually, I have two QBs young QBs I want to touch on.
Okay.
So one is a rookie, just quickly, because he's not a highly talented rookie. David Mills. Do you think he can potentially have a better career season than the ones we touched on?
Long neck David? No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
A better season this year?
Yeah.
No.
Or do you think he'll pan out better?
Zero chance
than
whatsoever.
any of the QBs?
No. Absolutely not. How is his situation any better than anybody else's?
It's not, but I think he's shown a little bit more than some of the other QBs.
I think that they're less game managing for him because they don't give a fuck because they're drafting a QB next year.
Which you hate to see for like a guy who gets a shot.
Yeah,
Right?
he's going to get laid out a few times this season if they're really sticking with him.
Yeah, he took some hard hits.
They don't care. Or why would they?
He's going to have to call Deshaun's massage therapist after last game.
Yeah,
but, all right, one last guy. Jordan Love. I know he's not a rookie.
Comment on that one.
Jordan Love. I know he's not a rookie.
Do not say, is there a controversy?
No.
Okay.
Do you think he's like the guy?
No.
Do you think he can like...
And I think they know
like
it.
next year?
Yeah, like do you think he'll be able to be what the Packers want him to be after Rodgers is gone?
What they want him to be? No, there's no possible way. What they want him to be is not. It's not
just
gonna,
a Super Bowl guy. Like
it's not
going to take you all the way.
It's not gonna. And you know, we still have yet to see. He's so inexperienced at this level, right? Still, that he's basically a rookie. He didn't get the preseason games his rookie year because of COVID, so he really hasn't played at all.
He sat 2 years behind Rodgers.
Yeah,
he's getting time to study too.
Rodgers sat 2 years behind Favre.
Yeah, let's chill on that. Rodgers would have been a Hall of Famer no matter who he sat behind, no matter how many lengths of or how long the time it was that he sat. Let's not. I mean, Jimmy G sat behind Brady,
and it helps.
I
think he does a lot worse.
But it doesn't make you a Hall of Famer. Like
it's true.
Rodgers is going to be great.
I'm not saying Jordan Love's going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm just saying, do you think he's going to be a good starter for the Packers?
Yes, I do.
I'll tell you this: I'm excited for him because that means Rodgers is gone. That's so. I think if they trusted him, he'd be in there right now because I think they were sick of Rodgers' shit, and Rodgers would be gone if they felt like Jordan Love was the answer. I think it could be one more year away in their minds. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near what their expectations are because their expectations are through the roof right now with what they've had for the past 20 years. Maybe it's a little bit of Bears bias, but I'm so excited for them to not have a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm so excited. It gives everybody else a chance. Meaning my Bears.
They did put themselves in this position. Like, they didn't need Jordan Love. It was stupid. If you have a guy like Aaron Rodgers who wins MVP as 37 years old, like you in the first round, you don't draft a quarterback. You draft weapons.
But not only do they draft
him, give him what the tools he needs.
And not even that, they didn't even tell him that they were taking Love. Like, that's your franchise quarterback, and he's won you a Super Bowl out of, like, all the glory he's brought your franchise, and you just go behind his back and pull that.
I mean, they thought he was done, which I also just can't get on board with. I don't understand that. They said he has down years. Well,
like
his first year was his first year with a new coach who wanted to be a run-heavy offense. Of course his touchdowns are going to go down a little. His ratio is still insane. He's still not throwing a lot of picks. And then, they have a year of connection under their belt after still going 13-3 in a down year for Rodgers, which is just silly. And then they let him open up the playbook a little bit more. And him and Devontae Adams' connection is just insane. I don't understand how they could ever have imagined him falling off already. I don't know. I can't get on board with that.
It's like Rodgers said himself, a down year for him is a career year for most quarterbacks, you know?
Yeah. I mean, while we're on this topic, let's do Packers-Niners recap.
Let's do it.
What a game.
Yeah.
You know?
Deebo Samuel cost me like $280.
Yeah. Explain it.
All right, so going into the second half, just like 2 plays before Trey Lance ran the ball in, Deebo Samuel dropped a wide open pass in the end zone, and I had like an 8-leg parlay, and the only thing that did not hit was a Deebo Samuel receiving touchdown.
Bad beat. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's a bad
Dude.
beat.
A $10 free bet to win like $287, and that's all I needed.
That sucks.
Sound bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Just cut the guy.
okay, so just as far as the game went, I think it was just a matter of Aaron Rodgers got the ball last.
Too much time.
You never want that to happen. I've seen that my entire life. 30-something seconds.
No timeouts.
2 passes.
Man, I'd love to see it though.
It's 2 I would have bet money that it would have happened over it not happening. I don't care how many timeouts. Who didn't? And then everybody in the world knows it's going Adams, and they still go to Adams, and he's still wide the fuck open on both those plays. What?
Yeah, the Niners were
That's a painful
super
loss.
thin with the cornerbacks.
Yeah,
Kept getting
and they
hurt.
took advantage.
Yep.
They took advantage.
Well, they just lost their top cornerback, right? Jason Verrett for the year.
I think so.
Yeah,
and
towards
then
the
Norman
end,
went
they're out
down.
Richard Sherman after that whole debacle.
Yeah, Norman has 2 bruised lungs now.
Yeah, I think we'll see Richard Sherman, side note, with the Bucks here in a week or 2.
I wanted him on the Cardinals, dude.
Yeah.
You think he should come back though after like what happened like this preseason?
He'll come back. It's
Sure.
not like he beat
Yeah,
his wife.
with.
It's not like he beat
But I mean,
anybody.
he was in a good mental state. Is what I'm saying. Like maybe.
You know how many of these
suffering
dudes
from
are in a
CTE.
bad mental state though? No, you just don't care.
But like, why risk your? Like, he's already had a good
Talent
career,
talks.
Yeah.
and he's a smart dude. Like, degree from Stanford. Like,
I
he
mean,
can do so much more after the NFL. So,
Hall of Famer, right?
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
He's getting picked up.
Yeah, Sherm's an all-timer.
But
Yeah,
I'm saying
he's
like,
gonna get. No, he's.
Look out
Should
for
he
your-
be playing for his health reasons? I would say no, but I would also say that for so many guys. So I think he comes back. I think he waits till about week 8, at the latest, and is like, who's gonna win the Super Bowl? I'll go there. That's what they do. So, yeah. But okay, yeah. So what else do we see in the game? I mean, what did you guys think of Garoppolo? I think I was pleasantly surprised.
He's a good quarterback.
It's Baker Mayfield, like a poor man's Baker Mayfield, but he went to the Super Bowl. So
can't play 4 quarters though. Like, he started off pretty slow.
he can play 3.
Yeah.
I mean, he drove him down the field and got what we thought at the time.
The defense
I mean,
cost him that
most
game.
people thought at the time game-winning touchdown, which I wouldn't have bet on that. I wouldn't have said Jimmy G was going to lead this team to win, which it would have been. It would have been on Jimmy G.
Did you guys see after that last completion Rodgers had, and then once he spiked the ball and stopped the clock with like 2 seconds left? Immediately after, he throws a little fist pump. 'Cause
He
just
does his
sealed it.
his signature fist pump. Dude.
Yeah.
Seen that a lot.
God, fuck.
That's such a baller.
Yeah, right. God, the fucking yoga instructor ass Aaron Rodgers, dude.
Doesn't week 1 feel like an eternity ago now?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Fucking RELAX, dude. Come on now. God.
That was crazy though.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
since
was
we're
an ass
touching on the
whooping.
Packers, I just want to touch on our Super Bowl predictions real quick. Yours not looking too good. Mine
I mean, they're-
looking pretty hot.
So okay, I kind
You
of
had Chiefs and Packers in Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Chiefs winning it.
I know mine. Yeah.
Last in their division, I had Chiefs and Rams. Rams 3-0 and just blew out.
Who'd
the
you have winning it, though?
Buccaneers. Rams.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know. That if I could redo the pick, it would be Rams for sure.
If I could redo my offensive rookie of the year, I would redo that.
I mean, that's what happens.
Eye for an eye, right?
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
All right. You guys, anything else on the Packers game?
Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, and Aaron Rodgers. Are
Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams isn't a
That's a
connection
lethal
unlike
trio.
any other. Like it's Brady Gronk caliber. Like
probably the best trio in the league.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're talking receiver, running back,
yeah.
quarterback.
Quick thought. Like who else? Cardinals only got 2 guys.
Derrick Henry, Tannehill.
It's
Like
I mean,
AJ
Chiefs-
Brown maybe when he's on and he's healthy.
Yeah.
And Tannehill.
But then
was
it's
on his team.
Tannehill's lacking. I mean, you got Mahomes, Tyreek, and Kelsey's a pretty good trio.
That's up there.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe Russ,
Brady, and then
Lockett
just
or Metcalf, and then Chris
I
Carson.
like them. Yeah,
Not bad.
yeah. Their defense will be the downfall of them.
I mean, they can run the ball. They can pass the ball. That's what you need.
Yeah,
Run sets
their
up the
defense
pass.
is
The
fault,
pass sets
yeah.
up the run. They coexist.
Yeah.
Russ has the highest QBR through like the first 3 weeks,
ever.
and their defense is averaging like 460 yards given up per game.
Same as last year.
I think this is the year Seattle's down.
In that division, I mean,
They got a lot of holes.
They're in last place, right?
They got a lot of holes. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not like the Chiefs' last place. Like that's not gonna stay.
How much longer do you think Pete Carroll coaches for?
How old is the dude?
I feel like he rides out.
He's 70?
I feel like him and Russ.
Sure? Let me see.
Him and Russ are on the same timeline.
He's older than Belichick.
Really?
Yeah, he's the oldest coach in the league.
Wow. Yeah, Carroll's surprisingly old.
Yeah.
But he looks great for his age, though.
Andy Reid, 63. He's going first. Too soon? Sorry.
Yeah, dude, for real. He got dehydrated.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened before.
Wasn't it a heart attack?
I think it was a minor one that they didn't want to use that word. But yeah, I think kind of.
He eats a lot of food.
Yeah.
Didn't he say after he won the Super Bowl he was going to go get a few cheeseburgers? Like, I mean, I don't want to make any claims. Wife looks like a gold digger. I don't know. Man's living a good life. He's eating cheeseburgers with his trophy and his trophy wife over there.
Andy Reid's a treasure.
Yeah, picking cheese out of his mustache. And he's a fucking legend offensive coordinator. Like, what a goat, man. What a goat. Yeah. All right. Let's get to, kind of the reason I even wanted Joey on. We got the Arizona Cardinals fan, D-backs fan, Suns fan, side Chicago fan, main Arizona fan. Cardinals off to a 3-0 hot start in a very tough division with the tough matchup coming up in LA against the Rams. You want to just...
Yeah.
I mean, why are the Cardinals 3-0?
I think there's a lot of reasons.
Okay.
Going into this season, and I still stand by this, we're going to live and we're going to die on Cliff Kingsbury. I still don't think he's a great coach, which I think is going to bite us in the ass at some point. Yeah. But on paper, this team doesn't have very many holes. Yeah. One, you get year 3 of Kyler, and year 3 for the quarterback in the NFL is a huge year because you're still in the contract year, so you can surround yourself around the pieces you need. You have 3 years in the same offense. It's year 2 with DeAndre Hopkins, which is big, in my opinion, because just more continuity is always a good thing, which is, again, why I think Jordan Love might be good, because he's been in the same offense for 2 years. That's important, and I think that ties in with this offense. You've got... I'm the biggest Larry Fitzgerald fan there is, but he was holding us back
a little bit
in the slot because now we've got Rondale Moore,
a little bit of an upgrade there,
and Christian Kirk in the slot, as opposed to 38-year-old Larry Fitzgerald who can't. He's just not like a threat downfield anymore.
He's a locker room guy at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I love Fitz. Come back as a tight end. Come block.
Or just a coach maybe. Or
but Kyler's got weapons. He's got Rondale, Christian Kirk, AJ Green, and DeAndre Hopkins. Those are 4 solid guys. We've got the best center in the league from Oakland.
Hudson.
We're adding him into an offensive line that was top 5 last year. You've got a defense that is led by Budda Baker, who is the best safety in the league.
Oh, I love watching him play.
You've got Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt, who... I know J.J. Watt's old and the jury's still out. He hasn't been that great so far. But, I mean, those 2 at their prime, those are 2 of the best pass rushers we've seen.
Yeah. JJ can still produce, though. Like, he's not in his prime, but, I mean...
Well, what he does is he forces you to give attention to him, meaning you can't double, triple Chandler Jones.
Yeah, he causes disruption.
Exactly.
I mean...
It frees up some room, which is why 5 sacks after week 1.
He doesn't even have to be half of what he used to be. I mean, his name and his reputation is going to give him the attention that's going to give Chandler Jones what he needs to tear up.
You've got Isaiah Simmons, who...
outperforming what he did last year, which was a down year.
That guy, he was a rookie with no preseason. So, on a not great team. But, I mean, this year, again, year 2, it's huge.
Progress.
And he's everywhere, man. That guy is so big and fast and long, and he can hit, and he's everywhere right now. And Zayden Collins is the same mold, who we just drafted. He's obviously super raw, but he's the same type of player, and if both of those guys are who we drafted them to be, shit.
Yeah.
And we got a guy like Jordan Hicks, who's a vet linebacker, who's just kind of holding it down until. So we got 3 guys that I think are formidable, and I think our only area potentially of weakness is the cornerbacks, but I also really like Byron Murphy, and I like Robert Alford, who's just been hurt for 2 years, but in Atlanta he had a pick 6 in the Super Bowl against Brady. And then we've got a rookie named Marco Wilson, who has been good so far. So if those guys hold up, this is a really good team. But again, Cliff Kingsbury scares the shit out of me, so we'll see.
Yeah, his play calling is so weird. Some days it's just spot on, and some days it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Not even some days, just play to play.
Mm.
You know?
And he has looked better this year, but
yeah.
I just don't feel like he has command of the locker room.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't feel like it's his team.
I almost feel like he's overwhelmed with the amount of responsibility that comes with a head coach in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Because when has he been successful?
Never.
With a guy who could go down as the best quarterback of all time, he had a losing record in a shit conference in college football.
To be fair, he's an offensive-minded head coach, and Texas Tech has historically had a really shitty defense. So I mean,
yeah, but that's all recruiting. That's all that is. So I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we've got.
You're putting up 60 points a game with a losing record. What are we doing? We saw a little bit of that translate to the Cardinals in the first few seasons.
I think this team is set up well because Cliff's doing his job. He's here for the offense.
Yeah.
And the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
And that's why we bring in guys like AJ Green and JJ Watt and Rodney Hudson and all these vets.
Rodney Hudson was is probably one of the biggest pickups for any team in the offseason, and it was talked about for 2 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, he's giving Kyler Murray much more time. Kyler Murray. You can't catch him with more time.
Yeah.
So I think we're in good shape, and I think even James Conner, that's another vet in the locker room.
2 touchdowns this week.
And I mean, we've seen it with this guy.
Yeah.
What some veteran leadership can do.
Yeah, I think you make a great point. I didn't even think about it that much. I didn't even think it had that much of an impact, but now that you said it, Fitz, I didn't look at him as holding guys back, right? But I think we've seen now, just in a few weeks, that he probably was holding Kirk back a little bit because Kirk is a baller, right? And then him also exiting, not only does Kirk get more opportunity, but they get a chance to draft a speedy little guy like Rondell Moore, and he's a fucking baller. That dude, you can't, like, he's one of those guys that just doesn't get a big hit laid on him, right? Because he's too shifty. You're just not gonna catch him like that. So I mean,
I honestly wanted to win the draft.
Yeah, we got some AZ fans in our.
He's Kyler Murray and a wide receiver. It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
It's an exciting time to be a Cardinals fan. I mean, the only shed of doubt about playoffs is the division that they're in which the team that might take last has a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like that's insane. So it's really just going to come down to a divisional record. But I don't see them not making playoffs again. I don't see them getting a 500 record again. I think you're exactly right. They live and die by the coach, because I think we're also saying that Kyler is the real deal. So from there, it's what's his connection with the coach. We see the connection with Hopkins, and it's great. Already looking good with Kirk, and I mean, even AJ Green had a day last week. So it's very exciting. For sure.
We're gonna know this week.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Got the Rams, so
yeah, that'll be a tough one. I mean, consensus best team in the NFL right now.
Dude, when it's all said and done,
you always consider health, but
when it's all said and done, I think Kyler's gonna have a better career than Russ.
Whoa!
I mean,
that's my hot take.
Let's hope.
We got to save that, because that's like 15 years down the road. Because Russ has got another 6 years left.
Well, that's why it's a hot take,
Yeah, you're gonna be.
It's way too early to say, but
Lucas is gonna be 36. And we're gonna pull this video up when Kyler's Hall of Fame.
I really hope you're right. I really.
I mean, just the way he's developed and progressed.
You know how badly I wish you said Justin Fields instead of.
Yeah, 1 passing yard.
It was physically painful.
It's a marathon.
I'm gonna cry.
It's got some time.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe next year we'll get the right QB.
Oh, okay, Jacob Eason. At least he has both his ankles.
Yeah.
All right. Let's finish this off with.
We can't win.
Yeah.
You and I are not going to win on who has the team or quarterback right now. Okay. Okay. We skipped this. Let's get to it. Finish off. Brady's return to New England. We got, a Hollywood story. Return to New England where he won 6 Super Bowls. Barring any sort of crazy injury or setback leading into the game, going to probably break the all-time passing yards record, right? And past Drew Brees, who I think is actually announcing the game. I could be wrong on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. It's exciting. I think we kind of are all expecting a Bucks easy win. But
it's must watch.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the greatest athlete of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did last year was, in my lifetime, I wasn't alive for the Jordan stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, because he ended it in 98, but...
The real.
Was I there? I didn't get to experience that. Brady winning in Tampa Bay is probably the greatest sporting achievement I've ever seen, other than maybe Phelps getting 8 gold medals.
Some golf stuff in there, too.
Dude, 7 Super Bowls.
That is crazy.
After winning 6, you go to a different conference in the middle of COVID to a brand new system, and you lead them where they haven't been in 20 years and only been once before.
At 43 years old.
You are the only difference.
Yeah.
And it's just like a match made in heaven with Bruce Arians. I mean, I love Bruce. And he's got all of his guys back. He's got Gronk. Tom Brady is...
Dude, I love Florida Brady. The Super Bowl celebration when he was walking off the boat, just hammered.
I really like Tampa Brady. It's a good time. But I mean, and he's gonna break the all-time passing record in New England. That's must watch.
Do you wanna get into GOAT talks then? I mean, he's basically the conversation. Nobody gives a shit about the Patriots in this. Actually,
like Tom
it's
Brady
more Belichick than anything. Yeah,
the GOAT's GOAT.
I think Joey thinks he's the GOAT.
I think he's the GOAT's GOAT.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
You do too?
Yeah.
Peyton Manning fan? You think that he's better than Peyton Manning?
Look at his career.
I think he's better than Peyton.
I mean, I love Peyton.
There's no argument on Peyton and Tom anymore.
I didn't think there has been for a while, but I don't think he's the best.
In football or in sports?
I don't even, these arguments are fun, but they can also be frustrating, at least for me, just because how do you fucking determine it? But for me, it just depends on what's the criteria that we're voting on. Are we voting on championships? Because of yes, then it is Tom. Or are we voting on talent? Because then I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. And I'll always use this argument.
Voting on greatness.
What is that? But what is greatness defined by to you?
Legacy, and basically.
Well, then I agree with you.
Okay,
then I agree with you. If we're talking about resume, but then is
Tom Brady's a household name. If you do not watch football at all, you know who he is.
Fucking
Larry Bird.
No, championship. Bill Russell. So if we're talking resume, is Bill Russell the best basketball player ever?
Mm-mm.
So that's just where it gets so tricky. If we're talking resume in football, it's not even close. It's Brady, right? But do you think Rodgers does any worse on those teams with that coach? With those, I don't. That's where I just get in. But then that's why you can't ever determine. Is Jordan the GOAT? He didn't play against LeBron.
Going back to what Joey was just saying, how in his first year he takes the Buccaneers to Super Bowl and he wins it. He's 43 years old. Yeah. His first season with them, and he was getting so much hate from all the haters saying that he wasn't gonna do anything without Belichick. Belichick is what made him.
He was getting hate from people in New England. A lot of people.
Yeah, and then he leaves, and then just.
It's the mentality that Brady has that Rodgers doesn't have, and it's the discipline. It's the Kobe mindset.
Well,
it's the Jordan mindset. It's the Brady mindset.
You don't think Rodgers has that though?
Win at all costs.
I think we just saw him win with 30 seconds left. I mean, that was just another example. I know, that's fair, but I don't know.
7.
Yeah.
I mean, 7. Brady did beat Rodgers in the NFC Championship last year, so.
Well,
he went through.
This is where I get.
I think it was Russell.
This is where it's hard to determine.
Breeze and Rodgers. In the same playoffs.
I mean, but was it? So cool. Was Brady the reason? And that's where. But I say no. But then you say yeah, exactly. So I don't.
Yes, he was the reason because everything Brady is and everything he's been in New England, he completely infected the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. Every player on that with the Brady mindset.
I don't.
And the second they got in the playoffs, they flipped a switch and they weren't.
Oh, they did. They were a different team. And I totally agree with you in the sense that just his aura makes you better, right? Like him being just fucking in the room makes you better, right? It's so hard to measure what it exactly does for you because without Tom Brady, right? Like before that happened, they were a Washington football team this year, right? In the sense that this defense is Super Bowl ready. We have tons of weapons on offense. We just need a quarterback, and we just happen to get fucking Tom Brady, right? So they needed something so badly, and they got one of the best, considered the best of all time, right? So it was a perfect match.
Perfect situation.
Perfect match, right? and he kind of got to pick and choose, right? If he goes to the Bears don't win, right? So that's where I just it's so hard for me to measure. Like, I don't even know who won the Super Bowl MVP. Who won it?
Brady.
He did? Mm-hmm. He wasn't the MVP. If you could give it to a defense and not just one person, that's what it should have been, and I won't be convinced otherwise.
You're right.
But if they have a Tannehill, do they win the Super Bowl? I don't think so. So I just don't. It's so hard for me. It's what if we're talking. It's got to be some sort of combination of resume, talent, longevity. I just don't know. And that's why it's so just hard to decide who is the GOAT at anything.
For me, it's because he's 44 years old and still playing at a high level. It's a hard position.
And that's why I'm starting to sort of lean LeBron over Jordan. And I never thought that would be a day.
And if you cut Brady's career in half.
I know that's tough. I know.
If you cut Brady's career in half,
I see the argument.
Still 12 in careers.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
it's so.
When do you ever see that from anyone ever?
The fact that it's never going to be done again, right? And this is totally unrelated, but that's also why Shohei's winning MVP when I think it should be Vlad, right? Because it's something that's never probably going to happen again. It's so hard to beat that, right? It's so hard to beat that. Like, we'll never see a Brady again. So that's why he's considered his greatness won't be repeated, I guess.
Not in our lifetime.
Exactly. So I guess that's part of the criteria too. So I don't know. I guess when we're talking GOAT of any position, any sport, it's just the criteria of what we're talking about, I guess.
Yeah.
Must watch.
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Dude, that Adele promo they had. I mean, Adele shouldn't get you fired up, but after I saw that promo, I just wanted to run through a brick wall and kick a door down.
What do you guys want to happen in this game?
What I want to happen? I want the Patriots to win.
Yeah, I got
if
money
I
on
want
the Pats,
something.
dude.
What, really?
Yeah, Pat's got to win by at least 7.
I mean, if the Bucs
no, fucking Buccaneers. What am I saying?
I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
no.
If the Bucs win,
12-point teaser.
I want the Pats to win. There's a story there. If the Bucs win, they're supposed to win, right?
Yeah, no, I got money on the Bucs -7 spread. So
I want Mac Jones to throw for 5 touchdowns, no picks, and beat Brady on a last-second drive at home.
If
That's
that
what I
happens,
want.
you're finding a new co-host.
Yeah. Is that gonna happen? No fucking shot. But that would be. I mean, who wouldn't want that? That would be pretty nuts. I mean, the Bucs were 7-5 last year and then won the Super Bowl. So who cares? Like, yeah.
7-5.
Weren't they 7-5 at one point last year?
Yeah, they didn't.
I think they finished 7-5. I was like, there's 16 games.
Yeah, no. The whole fourth down thing, losing to the Bears. Who would have thought in that moment that team was winning the Super Bowl? Not me.
That's so true.
Not
so
me.
Weird.
Right? Yeah.
Well, didn't Brady say even halfway through the season he was still trying to adjust to the playbook? And
Dude, it was every fucking week, and I was so annoyed. I was like, this is week 9. You guys are still figuring it out?
Well,
Come on.
Also,
now.
it was COVID too. Like, they had to do everything over Zoom.
Everybody had COVID. I don't know. I mean, they obviously figured it out. So maybe it did take 16 weeks for them to figure it out. I don't know. But every week something went wrong. It was that excuse, right?
Yeah.
They would blow a team out of the water, and then next week they play poorly. Oh, they're still just trying to figure out chemistry. What are you talking about? They just tore up a team last week, and now they look horrible. That's not chemistry.
It's not how you start. It's how you finish.
I guess they won the Super Bowl. So
Heard it here first.
all right.
Yes, sir.
That'll
It's not how you start. It's how you finish.
that'll cover our episode 7 NFL. Thanks for joining us, Joe. What's your?
Yeah.
Want to shout out your Twitter, Instagram?
Yeah.
What do you?
Joey
shout out?
Hernandez 12 on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
That's me. Follow me.
Yes,
Go
sir.
Cards. Go Suns.
And
Thanks
also,
for having me. This place is great.
Thank you for coming, dude. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope to be back.
Yes, sir.
Of course. And also, one last thing. So we are taking bets again this week. So subscribe, send us proof of that for this video, and then comment any bet you want for NFL, college games this week. And the one we like the most, we are throwing some money on it. We took 4 bets this weekend, 3 lost, and 1 hit. One almost won.
You're not losing money though.
Yeah, we're risking our own money.
It's free money.
It's still, yeah, and if it hits, we're splitting it 50-50 with you. So our producer of our intro beat, we took his bet, threw a $100 free bet on it, won $160, so we sent him $80, 50% of the profit. And then one of our friends, Joe Legier, almost had us hit a bet that was like $1,400. If it won, would have got $700, and he didn't risk anything. So
spread the word.
You guys are missing out on free money. So let's wrap it up. Thank you, Joey.
Thanks, guys. Catch you next time.
See you guys next episode.
All right. I'm guessing 45 minutes.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
An hour.
I didn't hit record.
You're
No, I'm kidding.
I know you.
Bader's a dog.
Bader's a dog. Tyler O'Neill, dude, that dude, he just reminds you of like if you were taking steroids, it's you.
Me?
Yeah, like if
Oh,
you were on,
thank you.
he just looks like a up fucking.
Okay. Thank God we cut the fucking.
That's you.
You said, "Oh, thank you." Fuck.
Appreciate it.
That's how we get to our predictions.
I think we have some big topics we can go off there.
Which ones did you have written down?
So rookie QBs,
Okay.
Brady's return to New England, Packers Niners recap,
Okay.
and then Cardinals hot start. Am I missing actually something that we should talk about?
The Cowboys left tackle bribing the drug test guy.
Should talk about.
Did you guys see that Big Ben meme?
The one, yeah, where like a toddler learning how to walk. Dude, that was ridiculous.
Did you see?
Do you guys remember when everybody said he was coming back in the best shape of his life?
Yeah, fucking Ben.
All he did was shave his beard. I never once thought he looked skinnier. Believe it, this is some funny shit. I think I sent it in the chat. No. It's a toddler learning how to walk, dude. This is
So that's
who
an
fucking
NFL quarterback.
hit him. That's a Hall of Famer. That's what that is.